Wow, Maplestory KMS just released their KMST update, and there is a ton of information to go over. In today's video, we are going to break down everything. There is a ton of controversy with this update. I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinions are. What do you guys think of this update? If you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe. But let's just get right into it. What are the changes coming from KMS? So August to September updates. They're going to be getting their first adversary boss. It is an arcade-like gauge mechanic, simple but reaction-based boss. This is going to be the first medal ever that is going to allow you to flame it. It also is going to drop an eternal box, which is going to have Kalos and Calling pieces. If you guys are unaware, that is top, bottom, hat, and shoulder. Boss clear ranking event with different rewards per difficulty. That means the higher you clear, the better rewards. The lower you clear, the not so good rewards. Extreme clear rewards everybody in the server with item/coupons. So it's like first party to clear, you're gonna get a shout out, and then everyone in the server is also going to get rewards. Now there are going to be challenger missions added to easy mode for coin rewards only, which I think is super cool for the not so funded players to still be able to get rewards from this boss. Let me know what this actually means. If anyone has a little bit more detail on this, is this like kind of a pity system so that players can get the eternal boxes? Is that pity system so they can get the medal? How does this exactly work? I'm not 100% sure. Moving on, we have the Blooming Forest Evernia event. This is for players at the level 270 to 280 plus players / mules. Now essentially what this is, it is kill mobs, fill up the flower power, exchange coins for cosmetics / chairs. This is pretty much like any event that we've ever gotten before. There is a field attack FMA that boosts farming efficiency. You're pretty much going to get an EXP proc. It's essentially what we have going on right now. Moving on, we have a Frontier Pass. This is pretty much just, again, a pass like any other pass. Essentially, if you guys see in game right now, we have a pass. You pay $30 for it, you get more rewards from the bottom. That's essentially what the Frontier Pass is. Another little battle pass. Now there's PC Cafe and Cash Shop updates, new cosmetic set, and then option to open 5 SSBs at once. This is good for people who just like to skim through stuff. They don't like to take their time opening one by one. I'm someone, I like to open it one by one, so I'm probably not going to take advantage of this, but it's good for people who buy a shit ton of SSBs. UI changes, party and friend search, AFK alerts, and location tracking. They're also giving a new chat UI. This is actually really good, just updating the UI, keeping it looking fresh, keeping it standard. New little updates like this definitely make the game more enjoyable. Now they have item safeguards. This is essentially a lock that we currently have in GMS. You just put it on Genesis / Destiny weapons so it can't be dropped accidentally. Definitely don't want to drop your Jenny weapon or your Destiny weapon and now you have to relive it. This is where we're getting the class balancing plan. Only 18 classes have been balanced so far. The rest will be worked on in stages for faster focused changes. Now they want to break up class balancing into sections instead of just doing an entire overhaul for all 50 plus classes. They're going to be breaking it up into sections. Now I don't know all 18 classes that got reworked. If someone does have that information, definitely let me know in the comments below. But there are 3 balancing goals. 1, balance each class individually. 2, narrow the gap between theoretical versus real damage in game. Essentially what this means is a lot of classes have these theoretical damage outputs when you're attacking a dummy, but in a real boss they're just not doing that damage because it's just unrealistic, because the boss moves, it has patterns, and you're just not able to do what you're able to replicate on a dummy in a boss. 3, improve skill control / action delay in boss fights. Now this is actually very good. This is super useful. This helps a lot of classes that just felt stuck in the mud and clunky. So for example, I don't know if they did this with Adele, but there were a lot of things on Adele, where it just like you press a button and the character would move a second later. It would just feel super slow and sluggish, and I believe they fixed a lot of that. Now, there were 4 main classes that actually got changed, Lara being one of them. They got their dragon veins removed, Blaster removed charging requirement, Smash has been reworked, Blaze Wizard, more mobile key down skis, Phoenix rework. Now, Blaze Wizard, I know this one. I don't know the other skills, but Blaze Wizard actually got a really good quality of life. Essentially, how Blaze Wizard works right now is it has a key hold down that you have to hold down the entirety. It's for its burst. If you let go, you lose your entire burst. Ice Lightning also got Ice Age rework, and they got new Ice Lightning skill. Now, during these class changes, a ton of classes actually lost what a lot of players call their skill identity. I'm very curious to see what all of the class changes really are. From what I'm seeing is that people are not liking these changes because it's taking away micromanageability in a lot of classes, which I completely understand. Classes like Blaster are meant to be hard, and they're becoming a lot more normalized and easier to play, which could be good for the game overall, but I can see a lot of endgame players not liking this change because it makes the class become easier. Definitely a lot of controversy with classes and their class identity, so I really do want to hear your guys' thoughts, concerns, questions with these class changes. Now, we have common skill changes. New Oz ring swap skill. This is so good. You're able to put a Oz ring that you want to swap into on a keybind. You're able to press that keybind and it's actually going to swap your Oz ring, which is actually super good quality of life. Stuff like this people have been wanting. Also, Infinity / Cygnus skill stacking removed and reworked. This is very, very interesting. I'm curious to see more about this. Now, this is the biggest change, I think, at least the one that intrigues me the most. Boss reward system changes. There is going to be a cap of 12 boss clears per character to avoid burnout and prepare for future bosses. I don't think anyone wants to be doing more than 12 boss clears. I think they just do it just to do it anyways. Next, plan to drop pitched items / boxes from bosses instead of requiring solo runs of weaker bosses. This is so good, and it's not what you think it's going to be. These pitch boss boxes are actually going to be dropping from bosses like Hard Limbo, I believe, Hard Cowling, and Baldrix. Now, it does drop from normal and hard, also hard and extreme in Cowling, and then it also drops normal and hard in Limbo as well. So it's not just the harder versions, but what they do want to do is they want to make these a higher drop rate. They said specifically Hard Baldrix, Hard Limbo, and Cowling will have a very high drop rate for these items and then lower with lower difficulty. So I'm hoping that that actually means they have a high drop rate and it's not like how it currently is with these boxes where it's like a 0.5% chance of getting them. Black cards have been permanently removed from the game, which is kind of a interesting change. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how much I like that. I don't know how necessary that was, but yes, black cards have been removed and Lotus will no longer drop them. Eternal boss loot is going to be split among party members to reduce carries. So I'm gonna read word for word what I got because I'm not 100% sure exactly how this works, but it says the end goal of bossing should be to clear the highest level of bosses with the smallest amount of people, and to follow this idea we are changing features to accommodate this. The amount of Kalos and Cowling rewards will not be per person but split. This is to make sure that people who barely do any damage will not easily be let into parties. There's a lot of people who I know, I ain't gonna say names, that be doing that. And carries on a huge level will not happen as often to ensure better loot. Eternal drops will also be removed and grindstone drop rate lowered in normal exchange table of Kalos and Cowling combined to be like first adversary. So essentially, they just don't want people who aren't doing damage to get carried, and they want people who are strong to party up and clear with a small amount of people. I think honestly it's a pretty good change, but honestly this update, from what I'm reading, I think this is sick. Everything that I have looked at so far, I've researched some stuff as well, I've been looking at it. I think this is like a massive update. I want to hear what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you guys excited? Are you guys nervous? Are you guys mad? I want to hear it. Let me know. And if you guys are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. But with that being said, that's gonna wrap up today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.